Thank you.
Yeah.
So I get emotional, so I always bring this along. First of all, I just want to pay tribute to Jerry for codifying all of this into books and tapes and videos and stuff.
Oh, his questions were the beginning of this, and now yours are the continuation of it.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and he appreciates your appreciation because he hangs around here.
Yeah, I feel him all the time.
Yeah.
So by all definition, my life's a miracle. It probably was always a miracle, but when I think about my early life and where I've come to and stuff, it's kind of amazing.
Nice to feel that appreciation, but don't spend too much time looking there because it messes up your vibration.
Okay.
That's why these tears are not as happy as you are claiming them to be.
Yeah.
So from here where you are, now what? In other words, oh, so lovely, all of that happened, and so many of those questions happened, so much of your point of attraction was affected, and so much wonderful has come to you. But here you are right now with the potential of being in your full power, with the potential of the greatest momentum of all, having built to this place. So now what do you and your inner being want to do now? What now?
Yeah.
Well, we want to look back and feel better about now. Well, you've chewed all the flavor out of that gum. Let's do something else.
Right. So the new gum is the chance to really see a world in which men and women have equal opportunity, equal power, equal access.
Well, just ask your inner being. If you have an opinion already, which you do, men and women do not have equal power. So this is the stance from which I look. So what could you possibly see other than inequality from that vibrational stance? And you say, no, I'm looking at reality. We say, you're looking at old news. And then you say, well, I want to create a new. And we say, then don't look at the old news. So what do you think the old news has put into your vortex? Something different. Are you looking there? Not right now. So when you realize that law of attraction doesn't say, it's a girl, let that go. Or all the inner beings of all the women, not so much. And that's where all of your power is. So if you want to say to us, and we'll go along with you, that there are some women who in their belief that there is inequality block some of the power that is flowing to them, we'll go along with you in that. And if you say, oh, and there's some men that kind of like it that way, we might even go along with you about that too. But we will never acknowledge that there is inequality of your face under the sun, or your beingness in this environment, or your relationship with non-physical energy. So if there is any diminishment of anyone, it is always self-inflicted. And once you understand that, then you have your power, you see. And this is so clear. Here's a clear way of explaining it to you. That would be like you saying, I've been noticing that the law of gravity is discriminating against women. Yeah, it holds them closer to the ground. Men float more free, women. And we say, perception is everything. What you think and continue to think becomes a belief that is sort of hard to let go of. But your beliefs are the only limitations you have. There's only a separation between your desire and what you believe, a contradiction in that energy, which is always evidenced to you by negative emotion, which is your indicator. You're doing it now, you're doing it now, you're doing it now, you're doing it now, you're doing it now. We know when we say what you believe based upon what you've witnessed, what you've lived, doesn't have to be that way. You want to say, in fact, Jerry, in fact, he'd like to get on your side for a minute here. He said to us, yeah, there's a whole lot he'd like to say. This is one of his favorite haunts, yeah. So he said often, but Abraham, I didn't feel that way about that until that happened. So that reality influenced the way I feel. So isn't the way I feel therefore valid? And we say, of course it's valid. And if you want more of it, keep focusing on it.
Yeah.
Because it didn't seem to him like he went out looking for that belief. It felt to him like the world demonstrated and he observed, and so that's how it is, and he'd like to change it. And we say, we know that's why you came. You came to change things that are not the way you want them to be. But you never do it by claiming inequality. You never do it by pushing against what you don't want. That just causes your influence to become more about what you don't want. And today we want more than anything to help you feel your part, your important part in your expressing your influence in the world, you say. Your inner being, your inner being is flowing to you and through you. The influence for everything that you want, especially on this subject, is huge. But sometimes you get crossways. You don't let your own inner being influence you because you've got some belief wall up that doesn't let you receive it. But don't worry, as long as you hold that desire, because your inner being knows, your inner being will inspire you to the experiences that will help you unfold into the desire that you want. Because your inner being, this is such a wonderful thing for you to know. Your inner being knows where you stand in terms of what you've allowed to unfold in relationship with what's in your vortex and what you're asking for. So your inner being knows where the path is, what the path is, the path of least resistance, which is to say the path considering every belief you've got that's in your way, the path of least resistance. Your inner being isn't saying clear the path and then you will know. Your inner being is saying you got quite a resistant path and we'll show you through it. We will show you through it. And sometimes, and this is really important for you, sometimes the path to clarity about what you want is going right through those unpleasant neighborhoods that cause you to launch more rockets of desire until the rockets of desire outweigh your feelings of disgruntlement, and then off you go. Sometimes you have to meditate your way there because your thoughts won't let you go there. You've practiced too many, you've read too many books, you've marched in too many movements, you've watched too many programs, you're too mad at too many men. And so it just can't get in. But when you meditate and clear your mind, stop your thought altogether, and your vibration rises to the equivalency of what your inner being knows, then what your inner being knows begins to occur to you. The other day, Esther said, I want my influence to help this situation. But when my influence helps this situation, and that situation improves, then what I think about the current situation won't be right. She's picked out someone that she wants to blame for a whole lot of things, and she wants to help it, but then all of her complaints would be invalid. Because sometimes you want more to be right than you do to feel good. And so you gather up all the evidence of how right you are. And as you gather up all that evidence about how right you are, and you might very well be right about a situation, but you're messing up the future. And it's not the path of least resistance, it's the path of most resistance. And the way you feel, which is everything that matters, indicates that. Helpful?
Yeah, this just connects another thing. Since I saw you 2 weeks ago, I've been gathering evidence for the universe is conspiring for me to be happy. And every time something happens, I put it in my little PDA, and capture it. And then I celebrate it. And I realize I haven't been doing that with gender equality. I haven't been building a case and building evidence.
Because building a case for something you want goes against what you believe, and nobody wants to do that. But when what you believe is a sucky thing that you would like to change,
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
really good.
Thank you so much. Thank you.